Have you ever felt like your brain has way too many tabs open? You're fascinated by ancient history, but you also really want to learn to code. You love painting, but then you find yourself hours deep in a documentary about astrophysics. It's like your curiosity is this compass that's just spinning wildly, pointing in a dozen different directions at once. And you know, society has a word for that, scattered. But what if that's not just the wrong word? What if it's the exact opposite of the truth?
So just ask yourself this, honestly. Does that question hit home? Do you look at your own wide-ranging curiosity and see it as a flaw, as something you need to sort of tame so you can finally focus? If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are in the right place.
I mean, from the time we're kids, this message is everywhere, isn't it? Pick a major, choose a career, find your passion, singular. The world really seems like it was built for the specialist, right? For the person who goes super deep into one single topic and becomes the expert. And if that's not you, it is so easy to feel like you're doing something wrong, like you're falling behind.
Okay, but here is a thought that just completely flips that whole script. What you've been told is a weakness, it's not. You aren't scattered at all. You just have a brain that is literally built for the future. What you've been seeing as a bug is actually your most powerful feature. So let's just agree to ditch those outdated labels, like jack of all trades, master of none. It's time we start using a term that's a lot more accurate and frankly, a lot more empowering. The Renaissance mind.
And here's the difference, plain and simple. Over on the left, you've got the specialist. Think of them as being eye-shaped, like they've dug one very, very deep well of knowledge in a single area. But on the right, that's the Renaissance mind. This isn't about being shallow, it's about being a bridge builder. You're the one who can connect all those different wells of knowledge to see the big picture that the specialist, stuck down in their one well, can't even see.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty good, right? But is there any, actual science to back it up? Oh, absolutely. This isn't just some feel-good idea. It is deeply rooted in some really well-established personality psychology. Let's peel back the layers and look at what's really going on inside that amazing brain of yours.
This right here, this is the engine. Openness to experience is one of the big 5 personality traits that psychologists use. And people who score high on this, well, they are just naturally drawn to new ideas, different interests, and really complex problems. They're just intellectually hungry. So that urge you get to learn about everything from, mushroom farming to marketing funnels, that's not random. That's your high openness just doing its thing.
And this is so important. We have to reframe how we see this. Stop telling yourself that you lack focus. That's the old story.
Stop.
The new story, the true story, is that you have a powerful built-in engine for curiosity. It's the very thing that drives you to explore, to learn, and, as we're about to see, to create something totally new.
So having all of these different interests isn't just a fun little personality quirk. It actually develops a very specific, and these days an incredibly valuable skill. We're talking about a genuine superpower for getting by in the modern world. And this is it. This is the magic of the Renaissance mind, associative thinking. You know that moment, you're standing in an art museum looking at a painting from the 1400s, and all of a sudden you figure out the solution to a coding problem you've been stuck on for weeks? That's associative thinking. It's the ability to connect the dots that nobody else even sees.
And here's a perfect example of how that works in the real world. Your passion for art history isn't some distraction from a career in tech. It could be a secret pathway to your next big idea. You just follow your curiosity. It takes you from art to the chemistry of the pigments used in the paint, which then connects you to material science, and boom, that's where you spark a real innovation in a totally different field.
So why does all of this matter so much right now more than ever before? Well, it's because the world itself is changing. The old model of just needing single subject specialists is starting to fade, and a new kind of person is becoming the most valuable player on the team.
Yeah, forget being I-shaped. The future belongs to M-shaped people. Just picture the letter M. It has multiple peaks, right? Those are your areas of deep expertise. 2, maybe 3 subjects you know really well, and they're all connected by that broad base of knowledge at the bottom. This is the blueprint of the Renaissance mind, and it is perfectly designed for the crazy complex problems of tomorrow.
And here's why these people thrive. They're the ones who can solve the really tricky problems, the ones that don't fit neatly into one department. They can adapt super fast when an industry gets turned upside down because their skills aren't locked in a silo. They are the engines of innovation because they live at the intersection of different fields. And maybe most importantly, they see the opportunities that are totally invisible to the specialist who's just looking down that one narrow path.
So look,
If there is one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. If you are one of these people, it is time for a major shift in how you see yourself. That constant curiosity, that pull to learn about a million different things, it's not a bug that needs fixing. It is your greatest feature. It's your single greatest asset, personally and professionally, so own it.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think about your own unique collection of interests, that weird, wonderful mix of passions that only you have. What two totally unrelated ideas could you connect today? What surprising link is just sitting there, waiting for you to find it? Because the future is waiting for your answer.